I'm Jen Polanz, Managing Editor of Green Profit. Today I'm joined by Kip McConnell, Director for PDSI. Hi, Kip.
Hi, Jen. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
All right.
Good. So we are going to talk about a new boxwood that is being introduced this year. So first, before we get to the new boxwood, tell us a little bit about PDSI and the brands that you manage.
Yes, many people are sometimes confused about what plant development services does and all the different brands that we have now. It originally started back in 1997 with Encore Azalea, and that was our first branding opportunity we had with the reblooming azaleas from Buddy Lee, and so that's how we kind of got our start in the plant branding world. And we had that for, probably 10, 15 years before we started with Southern Living Plant Collection. And the Southern Living magazine came to us. They saw our success with Encore. And so, we've been working with them ever since 2008, I believe it is. And of course, at that time, Sunset was also part of that same group. And so they came to us, hey, you're doing great with Southern Living. Let's do Sunset. And Sunset is the lifestyle magazine for the Western U.S. And so we started working with growers and breeders to create a plant collection for that. And so, then the ball was rolling. And so then we had all these connections around the world with breeders, and we knew about this new, issue with boxwood blight. So we found this breeder that had been working over 20 years creating blight-resistant boxwoods out of Belgium. And so we worked with them. We got the plants over here to the U.S., and now we're starting this Better Boxwood collection that we've just introduced. And then another one that's a little bit different for us, this Butterfly Candy Buddleia. Again, another great, group of Buddleias. The colors are just amazing. And we said, we've got to do something different, make it a standalone because it was so unique. So we just started Butterfly Candy. So those are the brands that we currently manage. And again, we've got a lot of experience with that, a lot of, great marketing tools that we use. So, we're excited to keep these out in front of people and bring new and great plants to everybody.
And just to break in for a second, so we have done a Trending Now video on the Butterfly Candy, and then we just did one with Buddy Lee on a new azalea introduction. So our retailers can go look for those in our Trending Now videos too.
That's great.
Let's talk Lucky Charm. Tell me all about what makes this one so unique.
So this picture it's a pretty good picture here. It's always difficult sometimes when you're not in person with a plant. But, if you're familiar with boxwood and you look at this picture, you're going, well, that's not a boxwood. It really looks different. Every time I take it to trade shows and places where people can actually see it in person, they're just automatically drawn to it. They go, oh, that looks so cool. It's got those really nice elongated leaves. It's got a nice dark green color, very compact plant, very dense, very healthy looking. So it really, kind of ticks all the boxes that people want for this beautiful evergreen, like small hedging plant. It's a slow grower, but again, it's great for, small hedges, perfect for that. Once you get it established, the maintenance is, almost non-existent on this plant once you get it to size. So that's one of the other things I love about it. Of course, it's, small size, 2.5 by 2.5 is what you're going to have, which is perfect for a boxwood. But the thing that really sets it apart for me is, that leaf and that look is just really, you'll have a different kind of boxwood hedge than anybody else in the neighborhood with Lucky Charm.
So this is one you're not necessarily going to shape, but leave it sort of in that natural habit that it has.
Yeah. When you're, growing it when it's young, you might come in there and shape it a little bit if it sends out, a wild shoot here or there, but it really doesn't do that. If you left it just to its own devices, it would make this nice little rounded shrub. It's very, very easy to do. And that happens a lot with, a little bit slower growing plants. They just kind of get their shape and they just keep going and you don't have to do a lot. And that's what's nice about it. And that's why we look for those, when we're, working with, breeders and trying to find these plants, because everybody loves low maintenance. And so, least amount of pruning you can do, the better.
And tell us a little bit about the resistance for this, because I know one big one too is deer resistance.
Yeah, well, very good on the deer resistance. We continue we send these plants, of course, all over the country, wherever they're hardy, to get feedback from growers and even garden writers, consumers, whoever we can get it to get feedback from them. But yeah, good on the deer resistance. We're having it evaluated for boxwood blight resistance, but so far we've not seen any blight on this particular one, but it is a newer release. So we're still checking, but again, we've had great luck with that. And, so far it's going to be, again, one of those really unique selections for people that like boxwood hedges. Definitely one to try out.
And tell us how retailers can access these and which collections.
Well, it's in the Southern Living and Sunset collections, and they can go online and find the growers that carry it. Or even if they don't, if they're a Southern Living or Sunset grower, they can request them to grow it for them. So, there's many ways to do it. We've had a number of new releases where, it's not as many growers yet, but the retailers actually kind of push the growers sometimes to get them to grow it. And they will. So we always suggest, hey, if you're the person that you usually buy your Southern Living or Sunset plants from is not showing that, ask them about it. Tell them to get it. Tell them it's available. And many times they do that. So yeah, I encourage people to ask for it.
And then they can also find point of purchase material at these websites too, right?
Exactly. Yes, we offer many different types of point of purchase materials. And if anybody has special requests, don't hesitate to ask for that as well. We do a lot of specialty items too.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for bringing this to us. This is great.
Well, good. I was glad to do it, and I look forward to seeing more and more Lucky Charm out there.
That's great. And thank you very much for watching our Trending Now videos, and watch for more coming soon.